Welcome to Direct Video DVD Extras.
A podcast between podcasts where we talk about something else.
Sure. I'm so glad you said something because I was going to plow right through it. I am your co-host, Tony Robusto.
And I am your co-host, Andy Reyes. And today we're going to talk about anime. Oops,
well, let me
all
bring
anime.
Something up first. Let me bring something up first that's... I felt like I wanted to talk about this on the podcast, not because I thought, particularly, oh, Andy needs to hear this, but I thought this was fucking wild. So do me a favor, go to Google for me.
Alright, I'm at Google.
And type in... I'm going to do it at the same time. I believe it's called I'm Afraid You've Got Dragons.
I'm afraid of Americans. Thank you, Google.
Great.
Me too. I'm afraid you've got dragons.
Right, now let's go to... It looks like it's on amazon.co.uk. If you could click that link.
Okay.
Now, if you can look at the details of this book. It's by Peter S. Beagle, who wrote The Last Unicorn, as well as a few other good books.
Yeah.
Hardcover from 2008, right? And it says product details... 224 pages, published by Puffin Books.
Yeah.
It has the 2 ISBN numbers.
Uh-huh.
This book does not exist.
What do you mean
this listing is erroneous. If you go down to the one review, it says, never published. This, for some reason, I read in a book of short stories that Peter S. Beagle had read in an introduction, oh, this is something, blah, 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 for this book that's going to come out in about a year or so, because it's an older book. And so I went looking for this book. This book was never published, but for some fucking reason, if you go looking for it on, shopping sites...
It's listed.
It's listed, and it has, details listed, again, 224 pages. This doesn't mean anything except that it was a weird fucking afternoon for me.
What the fuck?
I know, right?
Wait. It's got a 4 out of 5 on Goodreads.
Yeah, and those people are all if you go to Goodreads and you actually look at the reviews, let's see here. Oh no. Recent questions. I believe the publisher is listed as incorrect. It's baffling. Yes. I don't understand. Here, wait. One review. Let me see where this is. Book withdrawn from release and put on hold indefinitely. But yeah, apparently 9 people rated it for some reason.
And this is a really great cover.
Yes. I mean, it obviously got to the point where covers are being drawn for it. Maybe they even had it spec'd to 224 pages. They were about to publish this book, and then something happened.
And then what happened?
I believe there was some kind of legal fight. I know that Peter S. Beagle... this was more recently. He's been having problems with... Oh my gosh. Isn't as well known as some of his others, but it has its fans. Boy.
Oh, okay. So it seems that what happened is there was a business conflict between Peter S. Beagle and Penguin Books, and because they were set to publish I'm Afraid You've Got Dragons, he decided to pull it, which means they can't sell it, but he can't give it to anybody else.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
And that makes me really sad because it seems he poured a lot of work. It feels like he poured a lot of work into this book.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that is so fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is going to be one of those things that, in the future, somebody's going to die and, they're going to write up, and someone else is going to write a book about how crazy this was.
Well, and here's the thing. It sounds like there are copies of that book out there, if not actual physical copies or even ebooks, than the ones that agents and publishers have.
Yeah.
It feels like it could eventually be published in some
way, yeah.
Weird circumstance. Sorry, that was just baffling.
Yeah, no, I can see why you're baffled. I'm baffled by this. This is insane.
But I also kind of enjoyed learning about that. Like, that's
Gosh,
fucking weird.
It was copyright August 16th, 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Like this book exists. It's done.
Yeah, and there's just been no momentum on it for 10 years.
Fuck, that's insane. I start a hashtag. Let Peter S. Beagle release his fucking book.
That's a really long hashtag.
You're right. It'll get people's attention, surely.
Surely. Everybody loves a hashtag because they can't tweet anything else.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, now that we're getting 140 extra characters.
Oh my god. That's so fucking stupid. If they would just kick the Nazis off, that's all I fucking want. All the Nazis and the fake news accounts run by Russians.
Yeah, it's very funny to me, right? Because
also,
I feel like
maybe the president, because he keeps on saying stuff that is going to start a nuclear war, and like maybe if he didn't have Twitter, he wouldn't be able to do that.
It's like there are some people out there who are like, oh, but when they change this, everyone's going to stop caring. And it's like, no, you're right. We're not mad that they're increasing the character limit. We're mad that they want to focus on increasing the character limit, but refuse to focus on all of this other shit.
Like the important shit, the reason nobody likes Twitter anymore. Also, I'm a little bit mad about character limit because I definitely would go past the like I would adjust to typing 280 characters, right?
Yeah.
But that's the thing, so would everybody else, and it would make it so that your timeline would look so clogged.
Yeah.
I don't want to read a fucking novel every time I open up Twitter. That's not the point.
Somebody put forward the idea that maybe we just use the extra 140 characters to make like old forum signatures come back.
Ah, I saw that, yeah.
And I'm so down for that. I am the most down.
I also love this one. Somebody from Canada said there's really only one way. Any true Canadian knows there's really only one thing to do in this situation, and he had that, and then he had it written underneath it in French.
Oh, amazing!
Right? I love
Beautiful. That's actually really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So now, you want to talk about anime?
It also kind of sounds like you want to talk about anime. Am I wrong?
I do. I want to talk about anime. I have an anime. I watched an anime. I didn't finish the whole thing, but I watched an anime.
Mm. Okay, let's talk about anime.
I wish we had like a special effect that we could play. Like if I had a soundboard.
I'll see what I can do. We'll fix it in post.
What would it even be?
I don't know. You want to decide now, and I'll see if I can find that sound effect? What do you want from me?
See if you can find, what do I want? Well...
Free sound effects.
No.
Sound effects aren't free sound.
You can use sound effects from existing things as long as it's like no more than 3 seconds or so. It's visibly changed, which I think this counts. It's under fair use.
Futuristic laser rocket.
Can you
wait a second?
No, we're not going to be talking about mecha.
Nope. It's very loud.
We're not going to be talking about mecha anime at all, so let's not do that one.
Right, we need some kind of...
Can you get me just...
Give me a buzzword I can type in.
You're gonna be so mad at me, but can you like maybe just like take out a snippet of like, I don't like Tuxedo Mask saying something stupid?
Well, I'm watching the Japanese one, so I don't know how much people will get it.
That's true. My work here is done.
He always, like, for the first 15 episodes he's in, I don't even think that's an exaggeration. For the first, 15 episodes he's in, he throws a rose.
Yep.
Says something that's vaguely inspirational.
Join the DSA.
And immediately leaves. It's absurd. And the only thing, I mean... He's still, the most obnoxious character.
He's the worst, but you have to understand, Tony, that I love him.
When you start to learn that he doesn't remember anything. He doesn't actually know what he's doing. I enjoyed that a lot more. Like when you get to realize, oh, he acts like a fucking moron because he actually doesn't know why he's there. That's interesting.
Yeah, like he's being called by higher powers
to
show up. So he does. And he does his best. You fucking tweeted two of my favorite stills from the show. Without knowing.
Fucking bus. I'll drive you back. Why are you here?
That's one of them.
He gets there. I guess he appears there magically and realizes he's the only one with a license.
Oh man.
Although I cannot believe that he knows that the other Sailor Scouts are 14.
I think you can at least tell that they're younger. And if
I think he's protective of them partially because they're younger than him. But I also think he's immediately romantically interested in Sailor Moon in a way that he's not romantically interested in a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
You know?
In a way that, this is a person who saves people. That's pretty hot. It's...
Also, I think they're I'm not very far in. I think they're kind of entwined in some sort of destiny spiral.
Yeah, it's gosh,
like an anime.
The show is so very that era of anime.
Mm-hmm. I was surprised in a lot of the early episodes. A lot of the themes were the same as season 0 of Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's funny. That actually makes a lot of sense because in its own way, Yu-Gi-Oh is a magical girl anime.
Right, or it starts that way.
It's just that Yugi is the only magical girl, and he's a boy.
It's about it's about a normal person who transforms into an avenging superhero when none of their friends are watching, and so in all the episodes where it's their friends being attacked, it follows the exact same lines.
Yeah.
Oh, the episode, this was episode 3 or 4, and it was the most grating episode because it was where everybody was on a diet.
Oh.
And Usagi, who looks like a fucking toothpick, kept on talking about how fat she is.
It
had the plot, but it had the plot of a Twilight Zone episode. There's a Twilight Zone episode about an ice cream parlor that opens, and the ice cream gets you really fat. But
I remember this episode.
Yeah, but there's a phone booth that sucks the fat out of you, and there's this girl is freaking out about it because she gets into her head that they're being farmed like sheep, and maybe they are. I don't think it ever goes into it for sure, but they are being farmed in the Sailor Moon version. That's exactly what's happening.
It is a fucking wonderful show. And a lot of my problems with the show stem from the fact that this show is very 90s. The diet episode gets super cringy. A lot of the romance stuff is super cute until you realize how much older Tuxedo Mask is.
The thing is, I'm watching that and trying to decide how to feel about it, because Usagi having a crush on Tuxedo Mask is fine because 14-year-olds get crushes. That side makes sense. Now Tuxedo Mask is into Sailor Moon because he remembers her from some sort of magical memory. And I don't know how to feel about that because I'm not that late into it. But it kind of seems... I don't know. It's all very complicated.
It's its own thing.
That Ray started dating, what's his name? Musako?
Something like that. Give me a second.
But Ray just started dating him.
Mamoru?
Mamoru. And it seems like they're dating strictly because Ray is extremely pushy. Whenever they're on a date, he's, really concerned about the fact that they're on a date. And she's, dragging him places. But she's, I don't know. And she's not in their class, so she could be maybe a year older. She looks a little bit older, but I'm not sure if she actually is.
Mm-hmm.
But he's dating, like, I don't know, 5 to 7 years outside of his... Now, how old is he supposed to be?
I thought he was only a couple of years older, because he still goes to the same school as they do.
No, he doesn't. He goes to college.
Shit. What?
Yeah, I believe. I mean, it's not like you ever see his school. But he definitely doesn't go to the same one they go to.
Give me a sec. Yeah, I need to check this out now. Because I always thought he was only a couple of years older than them. Like,
I mean, he might only be a couple years old. He might be like 4 years older than them, which isn't crazy if we're not talking about 14 to 18. You know? That's just a crazy age to have.
So, yeah.
At that age, that's a crazy age gap.
I'm at the Sailor Moon wiki. Oh god, it is so pink. I don't know why. I don't know what I expected. I literally cannot. Don't go to the Sailor Moon wiki. There is so much spoilers.
Yeah, I'm like 3/4 of the way through season 1.
Okay. They are 3 years apart. Okay. He is 17.
Okay. Alright, so that's, again, that's not terrible. Like, in a couple years, that would be way less creepy.
Yeah, and a lot's gonna happen in those couple of years, let me tell you what.
Okay. I believe that. As far as I can tell, they're definitely going to the moon at some point.
It's in the name.
It is. Here's the thing. I just watched the episode where it's revealed Sailor Moon is the princess of the moon.
Yes.
Now,
okay.
I watched that and I thought, well, no shit. They kept on showing her as a princess, and in the opening, they kept on showing a castle on the moon. The hell am I supposed to think?
Yeah.
I was really annoyed at their lack of subtlety in this.
Yeah.
I would like to be surprised about stuff.
I'm sure if you were like a kid when you watched it, it would have been more surprising.
Maybe. I don't know. No, genuinely, like, they kept on showing her in shadow. But, like, you know it's her, because nobody else has that hair. By the way, oh, that fucking reminds me. They meet Sailor Venus, right?
Yes.
And then they're like, oh, it's Sailor V. Oh, it's the last, whatever they call him.
Sailor Scout.
Moon Guardian. The next day, they have agreed to meet up. Sailor V shows up with her magic cat looking exactly the same because none of them look any different.
Mm-hmm.
And they all say, "Who are you?" And I was so mad because, like, obviously, like, they don't change their hair, they don't put on masks, they don't.
By sheer charisma, it's more ridiculous than the Superman effect because there's nothing. There's nothing.
Superman puts on some glasses
and changes his posture,
talking with a reedy voice,
and changes his posture. Yeah, like Superman puts effort into, like, making sure people don't at least accidentally think he's Superman.
I keep on stumbling onto the fact that they're supposed to have secret identities when they, like, change form standing next to each other in a theme park.
I think that is mostly the TV show.
Okay.
I don't know for sure because I've never read the manga, but I hear tell that the whole secret identity thing was the TV show, but I have no real way of verifying that.
I always assumed they didn't need a secret identity because all of their enemies are from another world and wouldn't know what to do with it. Mm-hmm. But then, when their enemies find out the secret identity of Tuxedo Mask, they're all over him.
Well, I mean, I would be all over him too, because, like, he keeps showing up at the wrong time and inspiring the heroes to defeat me. So I would want to know who the fuck this guy is and fuck his shit up.
Oh, and poor Naru. I don't know if shit gets better for her.
I'm not going to say anything about that.
That's fair. So yes, I have been watching this little girl anime for a little while now.
And to be fair, I talked you into it.
Yes. It picks up like midway through the season is when I finally stopped cringing the whole time while watching it.
Yeah.
But man, those first it lags a bit.
The show is good. It's
Although
just
I think
it does have a lot of these problems. And a lot of these problems
I think part of the reason it was lagging and part of the reason I was willing to cut it slack was probably, you know, hey, these are the first few episodes of an anime. And it probably wasn't even fully produced yet. Like shit like this. I mean, putting it together as fast as they could.
Yeah,
But,
and
like, it took them a while to get an interesting villain, and I'm so mad because their first interesting villain is just a sub for another villain. Like literally.
let me try.
They're all supposed to be equal kings of this world. And this guy, all he ever does when in the presence of this other dude is fawn over him. Like, I get that they're in this kind of relationship, but like I don't understand how I'm supposed to be intimidated by this guy when I know that he is just like the wimpier version of this other guy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I feel like this felt pretty 90s. Like, I feel like this may be a pretty unflattering showing of what a gay person is. But that might also not be fair. It might be this character.
So that is up for contentious debate. Contentious in that, yes, but also it's Japan in the 90s.
Right.
But yes. It's one of those things. And I cannot deny the influence that Sailor Moon has had on queer and lesbian culture, because it definitely like influenced a lot of people who grew up watching it, you know, and learned something about themselves along the way.
Am I right in thinking that two of them are going to eventually have a relationship with each other? I remember hearing that, and I don't know if it's all fan based.
It so skirts that line.
Okay.
Like it's just enough that you can't help but think.
Okay. That's fine.
I mean, to me, it's a bit infuriating.
Okay.
But and then I have to remind myself this is a Japanese anime from the 90s.
Well, the funny thing is, like, I grew up watching Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Mm-hmm.
None of the romantic relationships in Yu-Gi-Oh ever get resolved. It's it's kind of rough, actually. Like, Yugi and Anzu, Joey and Mai.
I was gonna say Joey and Tristan, but sure, that works too.
I mean, he barely gets
Tristan and Joey's sister.
He sort of has this like polyamorous thing between him and Otogi, and anyway, that's not the point.
Let's talk about our ships in Yu-Gi-Oh. Let's not, though, please.
I wasn't gonna. I think that the actual like relationships are pretty definitely sketched out. Like, okay, these people are interested in each other, and these people are interested in each other, and nothing ever comes of it in the parts that we see. So in that way, I'm kind, just because that was one of the first anime shows I ever got into, and it just doesn't affect me that much when a relationship is all subtext.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those things, right? I don't enjoy it when a show refuses to resolve the romantic tensions between characters.
Mm-hmm. But
I also don't like it when a show just resolves it immediately and nothing comes of it.
Yeah, it's not fun either.
So there's a very straight and narrow like line that's a person has to walk in order for the tension to be satisfying but not infuriating.
I think that's fair. I think that was all of my big thoughts about Sailor Moon. Oh, actually, you know what? No, there's one more thing.
There it is.
Actually, let me build up to this. So,
okay.
Usagi, she is Sailor Moon. She's the de facto leader of the Sailor Scouts, the Moon Guardians, whatever they call themselves.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of dopey by comparison to a few of the others,
Mm-hmm.
but it's fine. There's Ami, Sailor Mercury, who infuriatingly only has one power, which is just too bad because she's my favorite. She's like the only one who's nice all the time, and who doesn't pick fights for no reason. And like right after they introduce Ami, they introduce Rei, and oh my god, I hate Rei. One of the reasons I hate Rei is that she's exactly like Usagi, except instead of being happy, she gets mad. So, like, they care about the exact same things, but she gets pissed at Usagi for caring about shit. And it makes me want to strangle her. Meanwhile, she has the strongest power, at least until Jupiter shows up, which isn't for, like, another 20 episodes. She has the strongest power because she can shoot fire from her fingertips whenever she fucking wants. And then... But the thing is, she is also, in her own right, like a Shinto priestess.
Mm.
So she can sense and disable evil spirits, an ability which she only uses when the plot has decided that nothing else works. Also, when we first meet her, she talks about visions, having visions, and she gets a vision. We never revisit that. As far as I can tell, she never gets a vision again.
Mm-hmm.
And she has 2 magic crows. I don't even fucking know. Like those crows help her in her ritual in one of the episodes. But sometimes, I mean, they're not there most of the time, and sometimes they just act like crows. I don't fucking get that. It's like she walked in from another anime. Like, she's from Inuyasha, but she's moonlighting in Sailor Moon.
I literally just took a drink of water when you said that.
Oh.
I was like, all right, we're in the middle of the rant. Let me take a quick drink of water. And then you just hit me with a joke, and I was like, fuck. Okay.
Oh, and I did say moonlighting in Sailor Moon, which is some wordplay that I feel like got lost.
No, I got it. You're good. You're all set, man. I got you. I'm right there with you.
But I kind of can't stand her. I like Jupiter, though. She's fun. I like how she can shoot lightning, but also she can just punch people whenever she wants.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's a good show.
It's just, okay, here's the other thing. They always introduce themselves whenever they go to fight a villain. Even though the smart thing would definitely be to put down, like, that bubble smoke screen and then just kill them.
I mean, okay, but this is a show for kids.
I understand why. Like, I get why, but every time they do it, I think, tactics, people, tactics.
We need to train kids how to tactically defeat their enemies.
There's a few times when the villains win because Sailor Moon was introducing herself.
Yeah, but
like,
they're
they
villains.
Get away with the crystal or something because Sailor Moon was talking about herself.
They're villains, Tony.
Yeah, so you shoot fire at them and call it a day. Well, if 2 of them are already in a fight, then the other 2 will show up with no explanation and immediately use their powers.
It's a good show.
It's a good show. It's
That's
fun.
all I wanted to hear you say. Because
if I didn't care, care, you know.
I know, but I still I like it. I want to hear people say it, and I like obviously if you didn't like the show, you wouldn't have kept watching it for this long. So,
I mean, at a certain point, I was just watching to see how much I could hate Tuxedo Mask.
But then you started liking him.
That fucking bit where he's in the elevator.
It's the best. It's just leg at a 90-degree angle,
so
just casually hanging out like I do. Hey, what's up? I'm just casually hanging out at this elevator. Fuck. It's so good.
In one of the recent episodes, one of the villains pretended to be Sailor Moon to lure Tuxedo Mask out.
Mm-hmm.
And it got me so annoyed because, again, Usagi looks like Usagi when she's Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
So this person, who a stranger would think is Sailor Moon, doesn't look anything like Sailor Moon. Like, for a second, you wouldn't believe that. Maybe everybody in the Sailor Moon anime has face blindness.
Everyone has it. It's the only way this makes sense.
Let's see. We're coming up on the hour mark, and I think we're talking for like 25 minutes, like vamping us up. Maybe more like 30. So
yeah.
That must mean I've been talking for like half an hour about Sailor Moon.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
But now that you've had your piece, I want to talk about an anime.
One more thing. There's only one musical sting in Sailor Moon. And depending on the tone of the episode, it is played faster or slower.
Yep.
It really made me wish they got a second song.
Yeah, it really is a shame that that show was made on a very visible budget, but
yes. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the best shows from that era of anime were made on a very like sparse budget. Cuz like I watched the original season the original run of Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam, and oh my god. There is like a set of animations that show uses in every battle sequence over and over and over again, sometimes 3 times in a single battle.
Oh, that's not good.
That's just the main character sitting in his seat like Star Trek rocking back and forth.
Oh, I was so excited when they gave Sailor Moon a new weapon, and so now she has a second attack she can do. I was like, finally I get to see another thing.
A new animation. It's very interesting to me, like how much these shows can get out of reusing animations. It's a very different time, because if a show tried to do that today, I don't think you could get away with it.
I was gonna say, I don't feel like shows do that anymore, and I don't know if it's just consumers want a higher quality of product, or if it's because animation is easier or cheaper for some reason.
Or because animators are getting paid less now than they were then.
It's possible. Darn.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta stop talking about Sailor Moon. I hated the anime episode of Sailor Moon. Oh, it made me so mad. Because it's like, it was a completely unrealistic version of what it would be like to make an anime, written by people who definitely know what making an anime's like. I didn't get it. It's like the whole fucking deal was that this animator wasn't sure of herself, was using these special pencils. Special pencils don't make you better as an animator. Everyone knows that. There is. I'm going to talk about a different anime than the one I want to talk about, but there is an anime called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I have not watched any of it. But
there is a character in, I think, the 3rd or 4th season whose entire special gimmick is that he can draw really fucking good. Okay. And he's like the best manga artist in the world, and he's like super famous because of how good his manga is. And everybody loves him because of how amazing his art is, and he like wears these like crazy clothes, and people love his fashion sense. Mm-hmm. And everybody loves him. And his whole character is everybody loves me. And I couldn't help but think when I was reading this, is this just the author? Is this the author's self-insert character?
It's like a not self-aware Weekly Girls Nozaki-kun.
Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. Because every time he's on, like, his superpower is that he can draw real good. Like, it's ridiculous. But I couldn't help but think the whole time, I really like this character. But also this is definitely his self-insert. Like, fucking, like
Mary Sue.
That was, I didn't want to say the word because it feels like such a dirty word now.
I refuse to let Mary Sue become a dirty word because it means something specific to me that I try to keep in mind about not making a self-insert character. And it doesn't mean, oh, Rey's too powerful for the Star Wars universe.
Yes, thank you for bringing up the exact moment I stopped using the word. Well, I guess, like, to me, like, you can make a good self-insert character, apparently, now that I've read JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
You can. I mean, it's not every character you make is going to be a self-insert on some level. And if you know how to do that well, then good for you. But like when I was in high school, I wrote a novel that I finished when I got out of high school. But it was a full fucking novel, like a small one, like 40,000 words, maybe a novella, rather. Yeah. But like a full novel, and I was so proud of it. And reading back on it now, I'm like, wow, this is a bunch of self-insert bullshit. But
we've all got to start somewhere, though, right? Like that's
right. Well, so what I did is I purposely wrote a different kind of character, and I wrote something that I enjoyed a lot more. And I feel like that's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And that's why the idea of a Mary Sue as a problem, a self-insert character is a negative thing, specifically for that reason, is important to me. And again, not because a bunch of nerds don't like that there's a girl Jedi now.
Fuck nerds. Push them in a locker.
Fucking nerds. Nobody talks about how Finn can fight with a lightsaber.
Poorly, but yeah, he can.
But, like, he fucking does it for a while.
Yeah, but he gets his ass beat.
He gets his ass beat by a
dude.
Sith,
no, he gets his ass beat he gets his ass beat by a dude who doesn't even have a lightsaber.
Does he get his ass beat by T-Radar?
Yeah, he does.
That's not his name.
Remember Han?
Name I like.
Remember Han shoots him.
Okay.
Oh god, I need you to check Twitter because I think I retweeted like an image of like a still from when
oh my god, yes,
Harrison Ford punched Ryan Gosling.
Face? Yes. That's amazing.
I wish I could be punched by Harrison Ford.
I remember seeing, I don't think I actually saw the interview, but I saw somebody talk about him talking about that interview where he accidentally punched Ryan Gosling in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about your anime.
All right, anime.
Woo. Yeah, now
so
I'm talking about mine.
So I get pushed into watching a lot of anime, but I rarely do because I don't have time. But I decided to actually like sit down and give this one a shot when I was having like a bad weekday. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay in bed all day today and watch anime. And I'll worry about the repercussions of that later. But I watched the first 10 episodes of a show called My Hero Academia.
Oh, is that the one on Netflix?
No, that's Little Witch Academia.
Okay.
Also very good for different reasons. But the reason I want to talk about this one is because, I only watched, I think, 3 episodes of Little Witch Academia before I had to stop watching it for school stuff. So, My Hero Academia has one of the best premises I have ever seen. It is Sky High, but good.
But didn't you say to me...
Sky High is very good, but I'm not going to defend it anymore. Because I can't. Because I can't look at it and say... Because I can look at it and say, wow, what a good movie. But when somebody says, actually, that movie's bad, my only retort is, I thought it was good. And that's not saying much.
Oh, boy.
Sky High's really good, though, and we're gonna fucking watch it. I don't know what else we're gonna watch with it, but we're gonna watch it.
You'll figure something out. I believe in you. Like, we could watch another kind of movie like that, another superhero movie. It doesn't matter.
What was that Tim Allen movie with superhero kids? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
The Santa Claus 3.
No. Oh, fuck.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
There was a Tim Allen movie where him and I think it was called Thunderbirds.
Yeah, Thunderbirds. Google. Thunderbirds.
This seems to be a TV show with puppets.
No.
2004 live film adaptation. No, this isn't what I'm thinking of.
No, it's super not.
Okay, give me a sec. Tim Allen. Films.
Well, what year do you think this is released?
About the same time.
Yeah, I don't know when
So,
Sky High was released.
Zoom!
Yikes, this looks... Oh,
Yeah.
4.3 on IMDb, huh? Yikes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
Why do you want to watch a movie that's Sky High but bad? Like, I didn't even know that was a possibility.
Yeah, right? Oh, man. I guess this is the proof now, right? Sky High was good. Actually,
Nope,
it was
that's-
bad. Have you seen Zoom? Because if Zoom is Sky High but bad, that means Sky High is good. So I'm gonna...
This is a weirdly star-studded cast. It's got Courtney Cox, Chevy Chase.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, boy.
Fuck. Kate Mara?
It's got Rip Torn.
I don't know who that is, but that's a really cool name.
I feel like I know who it is, which is why I mentioned him. He's an older actor. Oh, in fact, I think he's dead. No, he's not dead.
No. Oh,
he's
okay.
not dead, but he might be retired.
Good.
He's an older actor. Oh, he's Agent Zed in Men in Black.
Oh, okay. Why the fuck does IMDb have a list of films with the location Hamilton, Ontario? Why is that a thing?
I don't know. Too many people Googled in Hamilton?
Ontario? I'm so mad at you.
I don't know anything about this movie, but at the bottom of the cast listing is Mean Bully and Meaner Bully. Which tells you a lot about the plot, I think.
Meaner Bully. Oh, what
Anyway.
a dumb movie. So My Hero Academia is
Yeah.
is Sky High but great. Small addendum.
Boy,
Now that we know that Sky High is definitively good.
that's not what we know.
Yeah, nope, we've proved it.
We know that it can get
Logically
worse.
logically proved it.
This is a dark day.
So My Hero Academia, like it's the entire premise is like this is a world where everybody has a superpower.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah, so but the kind of like some people have like relatively normal superpowers, like superpowers that you would think of as being superhero superpowers, like super speed, or I can turn the moisture in the air into water.
Yeah, cool.
And other people have like really very useless superpowers, like I can make small things come to me.
I'm sorry. That sounds awesome.
I mean, it does sound awesome, but it's not like something you can exactly save the world with.
Yeah, okay, there's Save the World, and then there's not have to get up when you're sitting in front of the TV.
Oh man, where's the remote? There it is.
Do you know how often I would use that superpower while I'm, like, leaving the house and go to reach for my keys and then think, no, I don't need to reach for my keys.
No, it's like it's still a cool superpower.
Right, but it's not. You just can't fight.
Yeah, it's so there are people out there who use their superpowers for superherodom, and other people who use it for supervillainy. So because of this, the government has decided to sponsor and pay anybody who is willing to be a superhero.
Okay, so like how my sister got a scholarship to be a doctor on the condition that she be a doctor in Scottsdale for a few years.
Exactly. But the main character of this show was born without superpowers.
Dun dun dun.
And I recommend that watching the first episode of this show, Tony, because that the show really spends the entire first episode showing you why that sucks.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because like this kid grew up like with everybody around him having these superpowers and looking up to this one superhero that he really wants to be like, and like he wants to grow up to become a superhero, and he refuses to kind of give up on that, but he doesn't have superpowers. And in a world where everybody has superpowers, that kind of sucks. It's a real good pilot episode. It really like drills this initial premise home in a way that's very emotional and made me cry.
That's cool.
I cried a lot.
No, that's fine. I mean, I believe you. If it makes you feel any better, I cried when the guy who plays a SpongeBob voice started humming the Cheers theme. There is some specific context for this.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It was an episode of Adventure Time, but I decided to word it as, esoterically as possible to get the point across that, looking back, it's kind of a weird thing to cry at.
I mean, this isn't a weird thing to cry at. It's a very emotional moment.
Well, this was a very emotional moment. He was losing his mind and trying to protect a child.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry. No, you talk about your thing. I don't need to talk about Adventure Time again.
So the initial premise is very good. And then the show eventually kind of falls into this, like, the main character and all of these other kids go to a superhero academy. Where they're being trained to become this next generation of superheroes. And by the 10th episode, we still haven't seen any significant villains, but the personal drama between the main character and the antagonist is very good. And there's kind of this internal struggle that the show's trying to get to the point of what are the qualities that are necessary for a person to be a hero? And what can we do to encourage those qualities in everyone? It's not enough to just have a superpower, right? There's some intrinsic character that a superhero must have. And what is the cost of being that person?
You don't trust anyone other than Superman to be Superman.
Exactly. And while the more recent films have kind of thrown that into the garbage, one of the reasons
Superman shat all over the legacy of Superman.
Literally shat all over the legacy of the people who invented Superman. The only reason Superman worked, and in some ways works, is because there is an intrinsic trust that the character who is Clark Kent is a good person and will always be a good person. He is on a moral ground that will not be budged. Does that make him right all the time? No, but it means that we can trust him to always do the best possible option and not just snap a dude's neck in the middle of a destroyed city.
Yeah, after he actively
destroyed the city. Yeah.
I'm sorry I mentioned Superman and got us and got you thinking about those movies.
No, it's fine because in a way the Superman of this universe.
I feel like I'm triggering your PTSD.
The Superman of the My Hero Academia universe is a character who goes by All Might, and he is such an interesting character from the get-go. He is built up as this legend, and when you meet him, you kind of realize, there's a lot of personal sacrifice that goes into being a Superman. If you want to be an infallible symbol of justice and goodness, there's a lot of sacrifice that you have to make to kind of your own well-being, but also the well-being of others. And the show hasn't really settled on where it wants to fall on these qualities yet, because I'm still only 10 episodes in.
Right.
But I really like the optimistic tone. It's nice to watch a show that's optimistic about being a hero. I think optimism is important. I think that it's not enough to write fiction that's critical. Because criticizing where we are now isn't enough, because if all we can do is point out the bad things in the world, we're really quickly going to fall into a hole where, well, then if it's all bad, what's the point?
Speaking of which, donate to Puerto Rico.
Please. Yes. Oh gosh, please. I think I've retweeted quite a bit of links to that
Yeah, and like I follow Lin-Manuel Miranda, and he has been like with every tweet, he also puts a donate link.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So,
if you can pitch in, please pitch in.
Like a lot of those people aren't getting help because the president of the United States is a fucking dipweed.
Yeah.
And that's literally the only reason, and that's the sickest thing. And if we as private citizens can do something to help, we should.
We should. You know, you give as much as you can give, and if you can't give, spread the word, right? Like that's, you know, you do as much as you can. But that's, and again, like it's not enough. Just kind of to me, go back into what I was trying to say is it's not enough to just be critical of the world around us. We also should want more, and we should be able to point at an example that is inherently optimistic and say that is what we should strive for. Because like right now, we're having this issue where people are pointing at the Obama administration, or in some cases the George W. Bush administration, and saying, why can't the world be like that again? And it's like, hey, whoa, we can aim for better.
Yeah.
Right? We don't have to settle for status quo. We can change and move forward, and we should never settle for status quo. But the problem is we do not have many, there aren't many places in current pop fiction that we can point to and say that is an optimistic vision of the future.
Do you know what?
And that kind of sucks.
You know what? I've never been a big fan of Star Trek. The Star Trek universe, and actually this is one of my problems with the remakes. The Star Trek universe is fucking beautiful. It posits the idea of a post-scarcity world.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has everything they need. Nobody needs money because you can just get whatever you want. And in this world, there are still people who only want to go and find more. And again, I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. I think that's beautiful. And I mean, hell, there's a reason it was such a big show when it
aired.
When it showed up. Yeah. And just the idea of flying through space and going and visiting other worlds and coming back to your perfect utopia is pretty chill to me.
I feel like the third Star Trek movie has gotten the closest at my ideal kind of what I would want from a utopian set film.
My problem with Utopias is that people keep on putting terrorists in them. And a utopia does not have terrorists. Because why do you need a terrorist in a utopia?
We're not going to talk about other podcasts. We said, Tony.
I'm trying not to, but like that happened in the second fucking Star Trek movie.
But no, and that's the thing, and also the third, right? But that's the thing is at the end of the day, like striving for utopia doesn't mean everything's hunky dory perfect all the time. Like
no, people perfect, and then there's terror attacks. Like
people,
no, seriously, there's a jump.
It's like if you have a population of 7 billion people, you cannot account for the happiness and stability of all 7 billion without having people fall through the cracks. And
no, I mean absolutely, I believe that's
and
true.
Over time, over the course of thousands of years, that will escalate. As more and more people fall through the cracks. Over the course of 100,000 years, Tony, with a population of billions, Andy, who knows?
The reason we have so many terrorist attacks, which, by the way, is not that many, despite what the media will tell you.
I mean, we have quite a bit of terrorist attacks when you look at radicalized white youth.
Well, that was what I was going to mention. The reason we have so many terrorist attacks is because we currently have a media that likes pointing people against each other. And it's not a healthy way to run a society. There's falling through the cracks, and then there's like, okay, so the people who did 9/11 were basically brainwashed, and I accept that. But the people who were attacking U.S. troops after that were mad because we invaded their country, and I accept that too. And all the people who keep on shooting out black churches and going into theaters and shooting people there and all this shit are like that because they have this weird old prejudice that has been fed for 200 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
In their own way, they are also brainwashed.
Right, no, exactly. I feel like in a utopia, I mean, there would at least be good schooling, right? Like,
Well, yeah, but even if you have good schooling, right? Like, at the end of the day, there are going to be ideologies that people will align themselves with, and not every ideology is perfect, right? Like, at some point, there is going to be a person who takes an ideology too far. The problem with ideas is that you always have a person who gets to the point where they forget that people are more important than ideas. Mm-hmm. Like, at the end of the day, we should always be able to come back to, but people are more important.
There's a good Zach Wiener quote, something he wrote in one of his comics. Something like, war is people fighting over ideas, and peace is ideas fighting over people.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's fine. It's just what you made me think of.
We live in an era of dystopian fantasy. We seem to have this obsession with the world ending that...
Those are the worst books.
No, but that's the thing, right? Is like when I say dystopia, I don't just mean The Hunger Games or
No, but it like kind of feels like it. It kind of feels a little bit like The Giver up in here.
Yeah, but
and
that's...
there was a reason I hated The Giver.
Well, but that's the thing, right? Is like I'm not talking. I'm talking like in its own way. The Avengers is a dystopia because in the universe of the Avengers, you have all these superheroes doing all of these things, trying to save the world, and at the end of every movie, the world is always back to status quo. It never gets better, and in fact, keeps getting worse as the movies progress.
I mean,
and like
Tony Stark has self-sustaining power now.
Yeah, he does. One person. I'm glad that one person in the world has self-sustaining power, Tony.
Well, it's his entire... I mean, it's his... Well, actually, no. I guess it's the Avengers Tower. So, yeah, basically just him and, like, 4 other people.
And 4 other people who aren't mad at him yet.
Yeah, no, I guess that... Yep. That's fair. Never mind.
Yeah, so like, in its own way, like, even the ideal world of superheroes that the Avengers posits sucks. And like, let's move forward. Let's move past that then, all right?
Well, I don't think that... I mean, if you need a superhero, you're in a shitty world, right?
I don't think so, right? Like,
okay.
Because the idea of a superhero isn't necessarily...
It's just that, like, I love Captain America.
Okay.
One of the reasons I love Captain America is that he punches Nazis. Now, we wouldn't need Captain America if we didn't have Nazis.
But that's the thing, right? Is like a superhero doesn't just have to be a guy who punches Nazis. A superhero can just be somebody who is the encapsulation of what we consider to be an ideal citizen. Like my favorite thing about Captain America isn't that he punches Nazis. It's that he in every iteration of Captain America, he represents what people like to think is and I'm going to exclude the current comic run because it's bullshit and dumb and stupid.
Right, and it's written by a dude who, like...
is a Nazi apologist.
Yeah.
Like, he straight up apologized for Nazis.
And he should not be writing Captain America.
But whatever, like...
But he can write Punisher or something.
Yeah, like the reason Superman was invented wasn't so that he was because you had these 2 kids who strove to be this ideal person. Right,
but their version of ideal person was kind of a nerd who followed a woman home.
Yeah, and like I said, that's not perfect. And as time goes on, we have to continuously change these characters so that they can keep up with what we consider to be a symbol for kind of this optimistic future.
That's not completely fair to Superman, I feel like, that thing I said, but I'm pretty sure in the first issue he does follow Lois home.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're probably right. And there's nothing
on the telephone poles, and she almost gets mugged or something, and he punches people out. Like, he's protecting her, but also
it's still weird. Yeah, like, leave her alone. You have super hearing. You don't have to be following her.
Wouldn't it be weirder if he was just spying on her with the super hearing, though?
I'm gonna say no, but I'm also going to say that spying on her with the super hearing is still creepy.
If you could have any psychic-based power, what would it be?
What do you mean? Like mind
Well, I'm
stuff?
talking like mind reading, mind control, telekinesis, see the future, that kind of shit.
Telekinesis.
Okay. I think the only the only answers worth giving are either telekinesis or seeing the future.
But even seeing the future puts me in a position of like, what is it exactly that I'm seeing?
I don't know. See, because it depends on the writer, doesn't it?
Yeah, like does the writer...
Are you seeing the future like Oedipus Rex? You see something that whenever you try to change it, it becomes true? Or are you seeing into the future like, second character that's not about fucking his mom?
I have so many examples of heroes who can see into the future and change it, but all of them fuck their mom. Why are there so many superheroes who can see the future that want to fuck their moms?
I'm going to say the guy from Heroes. Like he sees New York blowing up and he goes back and he fixes it.
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
It was a strong first season that quickly devolved.
Yeah, that show really quickly kind of loses itself and it's under its own weight, and that's fine. That's okay. It happens.
I still love the first season. I feel like the first season's kind of tight.
I need to maybe give the first season another shot because all I remember from Heroes is how the second and third season kind of go, and...
Well, what happened is the writer's strike happened halfway through the second season and sort of broke everything, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they couldn't like get all the actors back that they wanted to get, or maybe I don't know what happened internally with all the writers even, but something fell apart there.
Yeah.
And then
I feel like a lot of things like during the writer's strike really just put a dent in a lot of things, but like good for them, unions.
Yes, good for unions. But like if it's a future you can change or at least affect, like if you see a few seconds into the future, that would be pretty cool because you could like...
I'll never trip and fall on my ass again.
Exactly, like you could change small stuff. You could stop somebody from walking into the street at the wrong time. You could catch a ball really well. Just like normal shit. And if you could see like 20 years into the future, I don't know, stocks?
I wouldn't know. See, but that's the thing, right? This telekinesis to me seems to be the least invasive power. Because all I can do is move stuff with my mind. That's a tangible thing. And like, yeah, sure, I could use it for evil. But there's no invasion of either like my own kind of worth as an independent person and me having to restructure my own ideological thoughts about what free will is. Or the invasion of other people's privacy.
Man, restructuring my own ideological thoughts about free will is like my jam.
I've done it too many times already, Tony. I'm not doing it again.
Here's the thing. I would love to have a higher calling. If my higher calling was... Nah, I'd be super into it.
What if your higher calling was something super lame, though? Like, Tony, you are going to make the best ham sandwich.
Then I'll know all my life. I'm a vegetarian.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that.
Sorry,
you don't even get to enjoy your calling. Although, I would like to have a calling just so that I can spit in the face of God. No, I refuse the call.
I feel like I would not thrive exactly. I feel like I would. I feel like my own personal ideology would function really well. Like, we've actually talked about this a little. It's sometimes tough when you're faced with a decision and you don't know what is the morally right thing.
Yeah.
Now, if I was the guy from, like, early edition, and I get a newspaper, and this newspaper says this person's gonna die and it's preventable, and I know the right thing to do is to go save that person, I feel like it makes life easier to have a calling like that.
Mm-hmm. But what if you saving that person causes the newspaper industry to fail? Because it hasn't already in this world you live in.
I'm getting it on my iPad. I'm getting the early edition emailed to me on my iPad. There's a cat that shows up, and there's no reason for the cat to be there because it didn't come with the paper.
Oh man. But I think
that show was exactly like Quantum Leap. They were the same show.
God, where's my remake of Quantum Leap? We've had remakes of fucking Knight Rider, Footloose, what's another of Star Trek? Yeah, there's a movie remake of Footloose. It's really bad and not worth watching.
Well, duh.
But we've had remakes of Knight Rider. That's the one with the car. Hawaii 5-0.
Can't believe we thought that at the same time.
How have we not had a Quantum Leap remake yet?
I don't know. I would dig it. I think the problem is that it's
we could bring back
focus.
We could bring fuck it. Who cares?
Don't like God on TV anymore.
We could bring back. Well, then we won't call him God. We'll just bring back Scott Bakula and we'll make him the giant floating head in the sky.
Does that happen in Quantum Leap?
I remember that happening, but it could have been a different show.
I think you're thinking of the Wizard of Oz.
No, Scott Bakula was not there. No Scott Bakula there.
The Wizard of Oz.
No, I remember there being a Scott Bakula show in which there is a giant floating head in the sky.
Did I tell you that I saw the episode as spoken of in the Gushy tapes?
What?
Do you not know what the Gushy tapes are?
No.
Did you somehow miss that episode of Mabim Bam? Here's the thing. There is an episode of Quantum Leap where the guy that Sam leaps into gets away. Because what happens is he swaps bodies with the guy. And that guy gets out of the future holding place that they keep them in.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is a criminal. And so Al goes to go get him. So Gushy has to be Al for this episode.
I know. Okay, I know what this is now.
And Travis and Griffin thought about this so angrily about the fact that Gushy was, whether or not Gushy was Al in one episode of Quantum Leap, that according to them, they cut like 20 minutes.
Oh my god.
And that's the Gushy tapes, the lost
20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're cutting out this entire conversation, just so you know.
Well, I have control of the editing here.
Tony,
so.
Tony, if you do not tell me right now that you're going to cut out this entire talk of Mabim Bam, because we talk about it too much, I am going to cut it out of my side so that you're forced to. And that means... And you're not going to know how much I'm going to cut. So guess what, my dude? You're going to have to realign the podcast, and I know how much that sucks.
You can cut it and keep it the same, you fucking monster.
I could, but I don't want there to be a one-sided conversation where you just talk about the Gushy tapes for 5 minutes.
I'll consider it.
Fuck. But just to get back to my earlier talk, though, right? Like Quantum Leap is a great example of this. Like, Quantum Leap as a show was very optimistic about its perception of history and the future, right? Yes, history's fucked up, but if we can't change history, we can at least use history to inform ourselves about who we are and move forward toward a more positive future. And the
point of Quantum Leap was to sort of see the human element in these huge historical
events,
yeah, like the one where he pops into an old black guy in the 60s,
mm-hmm.
like just as the civil rights movement was kicking off.
Yeah,
and he, has to deal with that, and it's about like he knew that this happened, obviously, but it's about the human element inside it. And that even if, as a society, you're going through this huge, horrible change, human beings can always stand to be good to each other.
Yeah. I want more fiction that focuses on the optimism in building a better future, because so much fiction right now seems to be focusing on the indefinite struggle of working hard, and the world seems to get worse anyway. It makes me really mad that at the end of the day, in every superhero movie, all I have to look forward to are the characters, because situationally, the world in the Marvel Universe is getting worse. And maybe it's a problem with American cinema, right? Like maybe the reason that we have this problem is because we're currently running an industry where everyone wants to pump out sequels, so you constantly have to make like an empty first movie that sets up a basic premise and then make the world worse in the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth movies so that the heroes have something to do. But like there's got to be a way, right, to like to do optimistic fiction.
Well, what about, I mean, on the same lines, Star Wars, A New Hope, and also to a certain extent, The Force Awakens, is a very optimistic beginning to to a series, where at the end the good guys win. But I mean, everybody talks about how in the second one, you know, it's a much darker ending. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And even in A Force Awakens, the idea put forth there is that even after you've won the war, there's always going to be more fighting, which isn't great. But also, again, the thing that they're fighting is a much smaller force. It is a bunch of radicalized people and not an entire government.
I don't know. As much as I love The Force Awakens, I do think that it could have been more, right? Like it could still have been a more utopian vision of the future. I guess what I'm worried about is maybe we don't know how to write utopia. I think like maybe as people we're constantly obsessed with conflict.
Well, definitely in our stories, it's hard to write. A story needs conflict so that you can have conflict resolution.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get a realistic conflict in a utopian setting because you have to say, okay, but obviously this thing in this society doesn't work for this to happen.
I don't know. I feel like you could still have very deep and very meaningful like character conflict without having to resort to, but this guy kicks puppies, right? Like, or without resorting to, well, this guy's gonna go become a supervillain now because him and the main character don't get along, right? Like, and I'm like struggling to think of an example that I want to use that kind of is at least comes close to what the idea that I'm trying to put across. But I'm having trouble like explaining this. Mm-hmm. This want.
I can hear that. Yeah.
I don't know, and the other, I guess the other thing is like, what is the solution, right? Like to writing more optimistically. What is that like? What does that mean? Like, because you're right. In order like for a story to be meaningful, there has to be some sort of conflict. But what can we do then to write?
I don't know if you're going to like this, but I'm going to put forth something a little bit. As far as superhero movies go, I think the original Guardians of the Galaxy, I still have not seen the sequel, actually does pretty well at being optimistic about it, because it is about, like, at the end of the day, and this is far from a utopian society that they're living in, obviously. Like, their prisons are shit. But at the end of the day, like, they fucking win with the power of friendship. Like, that happens. And I think the fact that it is not a utopian society, but that something like that happens in it, is part of what makes that moment feel good. You know, because the Sailor Scouts can win with the power of friendship, but when Star-Lord does, it feels different. And I was thinking, like, when you're talking about this, I was thinking about Squirrel Girl, because we were talking about superheroes, and she is currently fighting Ultron, who is a giant metal T-Rex.
Nice.
Because what happened is, it's a piece of Ultron that fell during one of his fights and landed in the Savage Land and had to relearn everything from the ground up, so he became the most powerful thing he could find, which was a T-Rex.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like, she's fighting Ultron, and shit is going bad, but she is, like, super excited to fight Ultron. And I think part of it is having characters who thrive in conflict.
Yeah.
Like, not just people who have to rise to the occasion, but people who are ready to rise to the occasion.
Yeah, I guess maybe we do need less dystopian fiction, because fuck, like, Too
Fuck
depressing.
that, man.
But maybe
I am not into it.
maybe what I want to see is I want to see more. I want to see movies stop settling with at the end of the movie things go back to status quo, right? I want at the end of the next fucking Marvel movie for the world to be just a little bit of a better place, because that hasn't happened.
Wait, let me think. When's the last time the world was a better place in a Marvel movie? At the end of a Marvel movie? I feel like it happened in Iron Man 1.
No.
Well, he stopped selling weapons. It kind of feels like that would mean that there would be a de-escalation in the war in Iraq, the way they set up the world there.
Yeah, but there isn't, because if you remember in Iron Man 2 and 3, they mentioned that he's still having trouble actually, like, securing all of the shipments of it wasn't just Stark Industries, right? Like, people are stealing from Stark Industries.
Okay, not good. Not in Thor. Thor is definitely status quo.
Mm-hmm. Which I think still makes... I still think that Thor ending up at the status quo actually does make it a bit better than every other Marvel movie, which ends up with the world being slightly worse.
What's the next one? Captain America?
Yep. I guess that one ends with World War II being over, which is nice.
But it doesn't. He dies before World War II ends. So
yep.
He doesn't know.
That's right.
So no, not that one. But then he wakes up in the modern times, and now we have Captain America, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, but they lied to him.
When?
Like, his first 2 minutes in the past, in the future, he's like, why are you guys lying to me about what year it is?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah,
Like,
no, I get that.
welcome to a future where we don't trust Captain America.
That's not about trusting Captain America, it's about not having him freak the fuck out. I get that. I feel like you ease him into it. You make sure that dying didn't cause any brain damage, and then you talk about how it's 2012. Okay, what came after Captain America? Now let's go down this list.
All right. Give me a sec.
Is that Avengers?
Let me pull it up. No, not yet. Iron Man 2.
Nah.
Definitely not that one.
Nah.
Okay, now we're at the Avengers.
Okay, Avengers. Nah.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Yeah, the one where they destroy a good portion of New York City, definitely not that one.
But they save more of New York City.
I mean, yeah, but like, there's like a whole...
But the government does try to nuke New York City.
Yep, they do. And also, there's like an entire plot point in Spider-Man Homecoming about that event.
The alien thing?
Yep, that's
cool.
bad. So...
Okay, what about,
Iron Man 3.
What we got? Iron Man 3. Also, nah. I mean, they saved the president. That's nice, I guess, for that particular president.
They blow up all the Iron Man suits, which is cool, but kind of pointless because he ends up making more anyway.
And then there's...
Thor Dark World.
Thor 2?
Yeah.
Thor Dark World. Thor Dark World doesn't even take place on Earth for most of it. So, I guess that one's kind of null.
Yeah, that one. Well, no, that one ends.
Out?
That one ends with everything being worse because of the.
Well, God dies, but I don't think they're actually gods.
They're not. I don't know. Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
No.
Yeah, not that one. That one ends with an entire like government association realizing that they've been infiltrated in every facet by Nazis. So not that one.
Nazis, and also the Winter Soldier is running around.
Yeah, but he's just misunderstood. He's a good boy.
Then Guardians, which I would posit actually does have a sort of lighter, optimistic ending, and things are better. Although I haven't seen Guardians 2.
They do. I mean, there is a part in Guardians of the Galaxy where you kind of have to come to terms with the fact that all of these people are people who've killed people.
Yeah.
And at the end of the first movie, and at the end of that movie, they're like, well, should we all just go do what we normally do, which is kill people and make money?
Well, I mean...
We'll do a combination of the two.
They all kill people, but, like, when they need to. Rocket's a bounty hunter. He likes to bring people in for bounties. And Star-Lord's a scavenger. He just scavenges shit. I guess... I mean, Gamora kills people, and so does Drax, but I don't think either of them get money for it. So
yeah, no, they just do it for fun. They just do it for the kicks.
Whatever Rocket and Star-Lord do. I'm gonna posit that that in Guardians,
any
on
world,
a lighter note than it starts.
any world that ends with a world where Baby Groot exists, I will posit is a worse world. But that's me.
Wow, really?
Fucking hated Baby Groot, dude.
Interesting. I've heard a lot of good things about Baby Groot.
I didn't like the Minions the first time around. I'm not gonna like them the second time around. All right.
Now I heard that one of the reasons. I heard one of the reasons from a storytelling perspective that Baby Groot is important is that it means that Groot actually dies.
Yeah, Groot is fucking dead.
Because this isn't Groot anymore.
It's his son. It's Groot Jr.
Yeah. Which means that that moment was very powerful.
All right, we're going to have to run through this list quickly because I'm running out of power. So,
okay.
Welcome to the lightning round of does this movie end with an optimistic ending or not? Give me a quick yes or no. Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Nah. Tony fucked up.
Yeah, I was going to say this should be easy. This is a softball. Ant-Man.
Same?
Captain America: Civil War.
Balances out. Sorry?
Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, worse.
Doctor Strange. That Doctor Strange takes place before everything happens, so I'm going to say status quo.
Status quo. Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I can't have an opinion on this one yet, so...
Yeah, I'm gonna reserve my opinions on that one as well.
Okay.
And I was gonna say maybe I should just give my opinion when you're not listening, but you have to edit this later, so yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, no.
And Spider-Man: Homecoming, also you cannot have an opinion on. All right, we're all caught up.
Well, okay, but with Spider-Man: Homecoming, here's the thing: you can't know if it's an optimistic ending or not until the next movie comes out, and you'd know what the effects of Spider-Man: Homecoming was.
Well,
right? Is that crazy?
Spider-Man: Homecoming to me ends worse because at the end of that movie, Spider-Man has to say no to being a child soldier.
Oh, you mean it's worse because he was asked, not because he said no?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, that sounds like a good thing.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, no, Peter Parker's a good person.
Okay.
I'm not ready to be
a child soldier.
I'm not ready to be a soldier yet, Iron Man. I think I should grow up a bit first. No, Spider-Man, don't be a soldier. Be a hero. Be better than a soldier.
I want to watch that movie because of how much guilt Tony Stark obviously feels about reeling Spider-Man into his freaking lover's quarrel with Steve Rogers.
Yeah. It's not really a quarrel. Iron Man was wrong. Captain America was wrong in a different way.
I was going to say they were both wrong, is the thing.
Yeah, but Iron Man was wrong in a way that would have affected the entire world.
But the reason Iron Man was wrong was because he so did not want to make Ultron again.
It's because Iron Man was wrong before in a way that affected the entire world.
Well, that's the thing. He wants somebody to stop him. And Captain America's like, last time somebody tried to stop me, he was a fucking Nazi.
I think maybe what they should have ended up with is, all right, here's what we're going to do. Iron Man, you're the sub. Captain America's your dom. When he tells you to stop, you stop.
This is gotten taken. We said we weren't going to talk about our ships.
You called it a lover's quarrel. You started this.
I did do that.
What would be the safe word?
Are you saying this was my fault? No.
Yes, no, I'm saying this is your fault.
Red Skull.
It would have to be a word that neither of them use in casual conversation.
Would it?
Love.
Oh, dude. Your imaginary relationship between these two just got a lot darker for me. Also, if we're talking about possible relationships among the Avengers, it's fucking Steve and Bucky, right?
Oh, obviously, yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. Yes. 100%.
Anyway.
Well, none of that.
So, thanks for listening to Direct-to-Video DVD Extras.
VHS?
That was an interesting note to end on.
We're both just sitting here stewing in what we know about each other now. Stewing is a bad word. I should have used
that. That was a bad word for you to use. No.
Oh man.
I'm not stew. I've been Tony or Boost now.
And I've been your host, Andy Reyes.
I'm just gonna be down here for the rest of this podcast.
You can find all of our content at direct2.video or wherever you get your local podcasts.
Why do you say that?
Because it's kitschy, it's nice. It makes us feel like a community.
Okay.
It makes me feel like I live 2 roads down from another podcast.
Okay, but what podcast?
I don't know. What would be a good podcast to not be next door neighbors with, but like one house over?
Are they close to each other based on what we talk about?
Oh, I would say yes, and that's because I would recommend people go watch the podcast.
You don't watch a podcast.
Or fuck.
Audio medium.
Sorry, listen to. I stare at the sound wave sometimes. It's very meditative. Let me try to remember the name. I think it's Let's Watch 2 Movies.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not.
This is another podcast that just does our shtick.
Oh, they don't do our shtick because they just watch 2 movies. I guess that's what we do now too, huh? Now that I think about it. So
but we watch. I mean, the movies are usually related to each other. Do they just watch any random 2 movies?
No, they try to watch 2 movies that are related to each other.
Why don't they just they do our thing, man.
Yeah, but they did it before we did it.
Great, that's even better. We stole their thing.
Mm-hmm. So I would recommend people listen to it. It's a lot longer than our podcast because they break it up into 2 episodes, 1 for each movie.
Stupid.
I don't know. They're way more successful than we are.
That's just because we that's not the reason. It's because we're bad at podcasting.
True. Anyway. I mean, we're telling our listeners to go listen to this podcast that does what we do, but better, because we're the best at podcasting.
Would you say we're doing that? Would you say it's something we are doing?
I'm doing it on our podcast, so yes.
Yeah, check that. It's just a couple doors down in our podcast neighborhood that we have. And while you're doing that, you can go scroll through Twitter and find me at TheaterBats. Recently, I have been tweeting about Sailor Moon and Little Shop of Horrors. So, stuff that you care about if you're listening to this, presumably.
Yeah, and you can find me at royalty_Valens, and I have either been tweeting about Halloween or politics, so, you know.
It's gonna be a bit of a crapshoot with that one.
Yeah. Or about a flashlight that works no matter how many batteries you have inside, as long as you have batteries in it.
That's cool.
I know.
I would have loved that as a kid.
Right?
And also an adult. I got a webcomic you can check out. It's mostly about wordplay and fantasy themes.
It's very good.
Thank you. It's inspired by trueevents.org. You can go read it. I'm big in Canada and New Zealand. Because that's where it's cheaper to advertise, apparently.
Huh.
Yeah.
You can find our theme song, Penguins on Parade, which is by...
Lee Rosevere.
Thank you, Lee Rosevere. Google them. They have a Bandcamp, I believe.
Just on...
Free...
Like, Free Music Library.
Yeah.
You just go find free music that Lee Rosevere writes, and it'll be just dandy.
And you can go and make your own bad podcast like we did.
Look, sometimes it's a really good podcast.
Sometimes it's a really good podcast.
I enjoy a lot of the things, a lot of the... Can I tell you something that we sort of talked about?
Yeah.
On Twitter is... Genuinely, I enjoy that we are 2 people who are basically from the same culture because we're both Americans, but also have different points of view about certain stuff because we just, grew up in different places and have different skin colors. And I like that we can have these different points of view. And it's not like, I love the Flophouse, but it is 3 white guys from New York.
Yeah.
Talking about movies. And I made a joke that wasn't quite, kind of not a joke. Like, if you know a woman of color who also wants to be on a podcast, maybe we should talk to her.
Yeah, I don't. But... That's
too bad.
Maybe when we reboot, maybe when we do our eventual reboot.
I hesitate to ask what our eventual reboot would look like.
Well, it would be better.
I genuinely think a lot of things we bring to the table are good. As far as I focus a lot about how stories are told, and you focus a lot about how movies are made, and throughout that we can
talk about how we feel.
Yeah, we reach a sort of, if I could figure out the word I mean, that would make it an even better podcast.
Understanding? Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, wrap this up. I'm at 10%.
Anyway, I am the ghost of John Smith. Ooh.
So, I have a mild question, Tony.
A mild question.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to get this question out real quick. So, the sister of yours that listens to this podcast, are they the same sister that collects pop figurines?
No, different sister.
Okay,
Why?
good.
No, why?
Oh, because pop figurines are the devil, and I hate them.
Okay.
I think they're poorly designed.
I have a Spider-Gwen one that my sister gave me.
Mm-hmm.
I stuck her on the wall and she fell off. So now her stand's just stuck to the wall.
Well, it happens.
Did I talk about my sister collecting Pops figurines? I don't remember this.
You definitely did, otherwise I wouldn't know.
Okay. I was...
Or I just...
That's a good point.
Or somebody else told me about their sister that collects pop figurines, and I just went out on a limb and assumed it was you. Anyway, I also occasionally tweet out about how much I hate pop figurines.
Yeah, because, I don't know, you're a sad, lonely person, I guess.
Listen, I gotta be angry about the world so that I feel like I'm involved.
Yikes, that one hit close to home.